Alright, now we come to strategy. As we have seen, the overall aim of chess strategy is to gain and establish uncontested control over squares throughout the whole board. So you want to gain the whole territory, the whole board. You want to take control over the whole board. So in strategic positions, which is when there is no contact between pieces, okay, or when there is contact between pieces, but the resulting positions after using chess tactics to resolve that contact, that resulting position, if it does not yield an advantage, the players will also go to strategy in order to gain control of more squares on the board or to reduce the number of squares that the opponent's pieces have control over. So that's when we use tactics. Because when we first get to a position, we look at tactics. If our tactics don't work, then we go to strategy. So right now we're explaining strategy. Okay. So in the opening, when there is no contact between pieces here, we use strategy to fight for the center. First, we want to take control of the primary center, followed by the secondary center, all the way throughout the board until total control of the board. Strategically, this is what you're doing. You're taking squares from the board. Also, if there are pieces on the board that are contesting for squares, but the contact between pieces does not yield an advantage, in those positions you use strategy to bring about and to exploit positional elements. These positional elements are features in chess positions that are of an enduring nature. Once that structure is there, it lasts longer. So now you're looking at structures that you use strategy on. So these structures, these positional elements, can be the material element of material imbalance, element of pieces placement, element of open lines, element of central control, element of color complex. So in exploiting these positional elements, the players apply pressure on the opponent's position using principles of strategy to improve the activity of their pieces, as well as to reduce or to take away all squares that the opponent's pieces have control over. So this is done using the ICE method of thinking: identify, calculate, eliminate, or execute. So firstly, the players identify how many of their pieces can be placed on their most forward squares using the principle of maximum activity. They identify how many of the opponent's pieces that must be attacked and pushed back or exchanged using the principle of neutralization. They identify the opponent's most active pieces whose activity must be limited using the principle of limitation. They identify the least active piece in their position whose activity can be improved using the least active piece. After that, they calculate to see what happens if they make those moves. After that, they eliminate the moves that do not improve the activity of the position, or they play or execute the move that improves the activity of the position. So that's how we use strategy.